Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a table of contents and how to do a list of figures. So you'll notice I've got 4 pages in my document right now. I've got a title page, I've got the abstract page, I've got the beginning of my introduction, and then here I've got a figure, which I'll show you how we're going to use that to create a list of figures. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to insert 2 pages, 1 page for your table of contents and 1 page for your list of figures. So my cursor is on my introductory page, and I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to do page break, and I'm going to do page break. And so you'll notice now I've got 2 blank pages. So the second page is where I want to do my table of contents. So let's just go to this page. All right, and so the way that you add a table of contents is you go to references. Over here you've got a table of contents option. Just going to click on that, and you're going to click automatic table. All right, and so now it's telling me create a table of contents. Start by applying a heading style from the style galleries. Okay, so what it's asking you here, it's like it cannot create a table of contents until you've got contents with specific headings. So I've got an abstract page and I've got an introduction. So I'm going to show you how to make those two part of your table of contents. So I'm just going to click OK, and I'm going to scroll down to my abstract. Okay, so abstract, I just typed this in, but now I'm going to make it an actual heading. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go back up here to my home tab, and I'm going to select heading 1. All right, so it changes things around a little bit. That's okay. Once it's made heading 1, I'm going to move it to the middle. I'm going to change the font to black. I'm going to change the font to Times New Roman, and I'm going to change that to 12. So now this is actually a heading. And I'm going to do the same thing with the introduction because I want my introduction in my table of contents as well. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to say it's heading 1. I'm going to center it. I'm going to change the color, and I'm going to change the font. Okay, so now my introduction and my abstract are both headings. So I'm going to scroll all the way back up to my table of contents. All right, so there's still nothing there. So you'll notice if I move my cursor over it, it changes color. And if I click on that, I can click on this button that says Update Table. So I'm going to click on that, and voila, there I have my abstract and I have my introduction, and I've got the page numbers. So what's really nice about the table of contents is if I'm working on a document and the page numbers are changing, it's going to automatically, when I update table, it's going to change the page numbers. All right, so if you do this after the fact and then you do some changes, it's going to ask you, do you want to update the entire table? And I want to update the entire table. So this, I'm also going to change this font to black. I'm going to change it to Times New Roman, and I'm going to make it 12, and I'm also going to put it in the center because that's where I want it. All right, and I can actually call this table, of contents. So it's going to make me redo this. So that is how you would do your table of contents. Okay, so I also want to do a list of figures, so I just have created just a title for a figure. So my second page, again, I'm going to go to references, and I'm going to click on where it says insert table of figures. I'm going to insert that, and once you are here, you're going to click on options, and you can select the style. All right, is what you're going to do. And you can say it's going to be a caption, a footer, or header, whatever you want to call it. So let's just go with a caption. Okay, and you're going to click OK. I'm going to click OK. So again, there's nothing there. So I'm going to scroll down to where I have my list of my figure, and I've got it listed here, and I'm going to highlight it. And guess what? I've got to go back to my home page, and I'm going to look for caption, and there's caption right there. All right, so I'm going to again change this to 12, and I don't really want it in that. That's what I want it right there. So it is a caption. So when I go back to my list of tables, and I'm going to click on this, go back to my references, and I'm going to update table, and there's my table right there. So it tells me figure 1 is on page 6, and it's the average APA quiz scores for freshmen and sophomores. So that is how you do a table of contents and a list of figures.